Raikou, how good to see you. All I just wanted to say is, say goodbye to your freedom. By the way, if you hear lag, that's because I'm using Visual Boy Advance. And you remember when I last used Fraps with Visual Boy Advance? It was a terrible combination. I had to use VBA because, well, it kind of makes finding Raikou and Entei easier with the speed up function and all. But here's the legendary beast of thunder, Raikou, or Raikou as I always used to call it. This rough Pokemon stores energy inside its body, then sweeps across the land, shooting off electricity. If only we could see the electricity that it sweeps off, but no, we can't. Joey, shut up. Fine. That's amazing. You know what? I just caught a Raikou. Try to see if your top percentage Rattata can, compare against mine. Huh? My Raikou, that is. How funny. My first encounter with Entei, the legendary beast of fire, is in the same patch of grass where I found Raikou. And so I used Raikou and Super Repels to find it. And I doubt I'll be able to land a hit on it. VBA, I hate you so much when it comes to recording with you. Oh, nice hit. Now the chase is on. Now it's time for us to chase that little bugger. Suddenly I'm Australian. And suddenly I wish I kind of had a second screen that I could scroll on just to make the scrolling faster. If only if this were a DS. I swear, playing black and black too kind of makes you appreciate how much this game is aged. So yes, we have to chase it all around the world. So I have to make chase. This is not the fun part of finding Entei, considering how I only have one Master Ball, so I have to catch Entei legitimately and all. So I have to catch Entei with other balls, and that will suck. So yeah. Hey there guys, this is my hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. So I did catch Raikou and Entei off screen. Well, I showed snippets of it. Basically I kind of hid most of the pain. It was painful. But using a different emulator with a speed up function, VBA, that was convenient. A little convenience that, most of us don't have because we play on an actual handheld console, so that pain I had back when I was a kid didn't really translate, but whatever. So why am I here? Well, today's Wednesday, so on Mondays and Wednesdays, looky here. Hold it. You're going to take the Pokemon League challenge now? That's not going to happen. My super well-trained Pokemon are going to pound you. Milo, I challenge you. Wait a minute. Since when do you have the champion theme song? Wait, what? And it turns out, plot twist, Marco is the champion after all. In all seriousness. So, what Marco is up to is, he's been training ever since you defeated him at Mount Moon. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, if you go to Dragon's Den, you can see him training and he's all like, "Don't disturb me, I'm training." And I guess here's the fruits of his labor. And I guess what's nice about this is that, you can continually fight him at the Indigo Plateau every Monday and Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, this is a fight you get to see over and over again because this is the last fight against the rival, but it's the fight that repeats itself over and over again. It's good to have, rivals who you can fight over and over again, unlike in Ruby and Sapphire, where only Wally can be fought over and over again, whereas, your, quote, official rival can't be fought anymore. Like I said before, the Ruby and Sapphire rival, Brendan or May, worst rival ever. Nothing can compare. Although, I'd say, Hugh in Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, I like its music, but I guess I kind of find his personality to be a bit, monotonous. He's all like, "Feel my rage! I'm angry, rage!" The only good thing about him is that, what I like about him is that he has quillfish hair. How can he not like that? The quillfish hair. But yeah, he's all like, "I'm angry, rage! I'm gonna do something stupid because rage!" That's pretty much his character in a nutshell. Like I said before, it is for good intentions, but come on. Rage! I'm angry, I'm PMSing! But that was weird. So as you can see, I'm not setting my Pokemon out in order of, experience points, but I'm just setting out Pokemon who are just super effective against Marco's Pokemon. And my Pokemon won't level up, I guarantee it. It's a little guarantee, I guarantee. You know what? I'll send out Masamune, sure. Let's give it some... Wait a minute, Crobat? Your Golbat was happy enough with you to evolve into Crobat? Well, good for you. Confused Ray. It's to be expected. Crobat is freaking fast. And I like Crobat, to be honest. I'd have to say, Crobat is one of my favorite Pokemon. But yeah, I guess this is a good storytelling device. You know how your rival's Golbat evolves into Crobat, because Golbat requires max happiness to evolve, but all this time the rival's been terrible and stuff. Like, that's what Lance, told him off about. Like, you're a terrible trainer. You don't got what it takes to be a good trainer because you treat your Pokemon like crap. And then, his Golbat has been a Golbat for a while, until now. And now it's a Crobat, so I guess I can say that this rival has character development after all. It's just a bit more subtle, but, I like that. I don't like it, I guess it's better than if it's, straight in your face, like, Rage! Team Plasma! Rage! Because that's Hugh in a nutshell. Like I said before. Okay, now I'm just going in a loop. I'm going like, okay, so Hugh, Rage, good, like his good intentions, and then some other rivals, and then it's like a huge cycle of rivals. What am I talking about? Jeez. So, I have an interesting development in terms of LPing. I finally have access to Sony Vegas. And I have to say, it works like a charm. And if this means I don't have to use Pinnacle Studios ever again, I'm down for that, because Pinnacle Studios can go suck my ass. Yeah, that's right, it can suck my ass. Not my dick, but my ass. Because Pinnacle Studios is like the bane of my existence, I swear. What's worse is that... Okay, I may have to use Toxic. But yeah, what sucks about Pinnacle Studios is that, your videos by themselves may look, awesome, but by the time they come out of Pinnacle Studios, they will look like shit. So, I have to say, that's a huge strike. Pinnacle Studios actually, if you think about it, Pinnacle Studios actually kind of degrades the quality of my videos. Like, if you look at part 6, I think, back when I did a little doodle part for Snorlax, you notice how the layout is like all crisp and all, whereas in general it's like not as crisp. That's because most of the time the layout is rendered through Pinnacle Studio, but when I did the whole Snorlax thing, I kind of rendered it through Bandicam, which is like a little capturing software, which is like, it's like Camtasia, but it's like Cam Studio, but much better. Like, it's actually dependable. I have to say, as an LPer, I'm glad that I found software that I can depend on. I guess it's like a nice little evolution, like, back when I first started, I was using Cam Studio and it sucked ass, and like, if you look at my Pokemon Yellow Let's Play, there are videos where I'm like, okay, so sorry, but, the original video kind of just died, so here's a little substitute. And then, like, for example, that Volcano Badge fight, I actually showed an alternate fight from an alternate save state, because my original fight was recorded, but then, Cam Studio wasn't able to record it, and I saved, and Camp Studio is just bad news. Camp Studio is just bad news. I mean, for Pokemon Crystal, it got to the point where it couldn't record any of my videos that was like, you know, about 15 minutes long. No, it cannot record for like 8 minutes long, so that's why I changed my recording setup in the first place, because, well, Camp Studio was just unusable by that point, so it sucked. I'm so glad to have gotten rid of it and, you know, found something else. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing for the best. Am I singing Adele? Okay, sure. So I just wanted to show this off. Cerulean Cave has been caved in and this has been flooded, so if you want a Mewtwo, tough luck, because the Mewtwo is probably dead. Yeah, that sucks, huh? That super dungeon back in Generation 1, inaccessible, just like the museum. Or Pokemon Tower, because, you know, some jerk-ass humans decided to make a radio tower. Or how about the Safari Zone? Or, yeah, Kanto in a nutshell, everybody. Kanto, that's Kanto, and I got a potion. Who the hell needs a potion at this day and age? So I'm just gonna go through this Nugget Bridge. So yeah, back to my story. I ended up using, so I tried out Sony Vegas, and I'm amazed at how good the videos come out to be. Like, no wonder my videos look like crap, and everybody's videos look like awesome. They used Sony Vegas, whereas I use Pinnacle Studios, and I mean, Pinnacle Studios, like I said before, it's very cumbersome. It's very hard to use, it's not user-friendly, and it can crash often. And like I said, the final products don't look as good as you want them to be. So if I can perhaps, you know, if I start using Sony Vegas from now on, I'd be a happy customer. I'd be a happy camper. Because to be honest, I'm sick and tired of Pinnacle Studios, and let's say that the use of Sony Vegas may allow me to do something for this channel. Like I said, I talked about it in one of my YouTube channel statuses, but I may do another side project after this, even though, you know, Wind Waker is supposed to be my final one. But the thing about the side project is, for sure, it will have to be post-commentary for the whole series. But it's going to be pretty experimental. And it should be kind of exciting, because right now I'm excited for it. Oh my god, I knew it! I knew it! It's gonna be like 1 damage, but it's enough to paralyze you. Frickin' Nick. 30% my ass. This is like those Audinos who seek your power on you and then they put you to sleep. Why am I referencing Generation 5 so much? Like, I'm talking about Hue, I'm talking about Audinos. Then again, I just finished the main story of Black 2. Yeah, everybody's all like, I did my best, I have no regrets. What are y'all, robots? Robots in disguise. Oh man. You're still pretty high up in experience. Actually, there's somebody else who needs... Okay, I can use Storm now. Yes, you're getting... I guess you can say I'm cutting less in this video, so you get to see the inner workings of my processing in my teams. I mean, this is pretty much how I play Pokemon Black and Pokemon Black 2. You know, in between fights, I look at the Pokemon status, you know, the amount of experience points they need, and then I put the Lucky Egg on the lead Pokemon and then the Amulet Coin on the second Pokemon. My priority is experience boost first, then cheat money out of trainer next. It's fun, and I sent out Storm, didn't I? Damn it. Well, screw it. We're gonna use Surf and you're gonna like it, because Tangela's level 33, you're level 50. I think you can handle it. Masamune amazed me with Flaffy oh, there you go. Not a problem. No problem at all. It's easy. All you need is love. That was random, wasn't it? Vaporeon. I got to use Vaporeon in my Pokemon Black 2 playthrough. Let's play? Dear God, no. But yeah, Vaporeon. I got to appreciate how it has good special defense, how it has acid armor, and how it has good special attack. I have to say, it's pretty amazing how you can get an Eevee in the wild early in the game, but Eevees come at like level 18 or 17 at the lowest, and their evolutions learn, you know, actual elemental moves at level 17 or 16, so no matter what, you cannot get an evolution with its proper typing move right away. Or I may be wrong, it could be a bit more merciful for like the other evolutions, but for Vaporeon for sure, like Vaporeon learns Water Pulse at level 17, but you can only get Eevee at level 18 or 19. And then the next move Vaporeon learns is like what? Aurora Beam at level 21. And then like the next move it. Basically, you need heart scales. You know, heart scales are like one of the best innovations in the Pokemon series. You have no idea how useful they are. Getting to relearn your old moves that you know, didn't teach your Pokemon or couldn't teach your Pokemon because of evolution restrictions, or just secret moves. Like, you know that little Pokemon book with all 150 Pokemon and Mew? You know the one that you get at the book fairs, and it shows off all of their movesets and stats, and you know, it has like their anime pictures and stuff. You know, that red book, and it later became it had a different color, but yeah, that book was a shit. That book was amazing. I love that book. I like read that book to death. It's like your Pokemon encyclopedia, except it didn't really I mean, it showed off their moveset, but it didn't show off what levels they learned those moves. But I kinda noticed how they showed a moveset of Mewtwo, but you can only get Mewtwo at level 70, so it can only learn like, it knows, you know, like Barrier, Swift, Psychic, and Recover, but it doesn't know anything. I mean, it cannot learn any, it cannot use any of the moves before, so first of all, how do you know Mewtwo knows those moves like Confusion or like stuff like that? And second of all, how do you even use them? I mean, besides cheating. Well, heart scales are your answer. Heart scales, that's what they're great for, and I'm surprised they didn't come up with a solution for that until Generation 3. Speaking of Generation 3, I heard people talking about why people seem to be disappointed at how... Oh, first of all, I guess this is the first video since... This is the first video of Pokemon Crystal I'm recording since the, you know, announcement of Generation 6. Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. They ran out of colors. But there's thing of... It is a pretty clever name because, you know, it has a double meaning. It can either refer to the X and Y chromosomes, you know, biology and DNA, or genetics, or it can refer to... it can refer to X and Y, the X and Y axes, you know, 2D, but if you... Chances are, if there's a third game and it's Pokemon Z, then it's X, Y, and Z. The three axes of the 3D coordinate system. And it's like, you know, a reference to how they're breaking out into 3D for reals this time. And that's pretty interesting. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get that game because chances are I'll be too busy with life, and I don't know. We'll see, but I think I'm at the phase where I, you know, shouldn't devote too much time with video games. I mean, after I graduate, I probably shouldn't devote too much time to video games, so that's why I'm all like, my LPing career is coming to an end soon and stuff. And yeah, basically, you know, TLDR, I'm probably like not gonna play Pokemon X and Y, but anyway, so some people said like, oh my god, January 8th, what announcement are they making? Could it possibly be an announcement for, wait, what Pokemon? Let's send a Stella, sure. Could it possibly be an announcement for the 3rd gen remakes? You know, like, I don't know, like, Razzle-Dazzle, Ruby, Sparkle, Sapphire. Imagine if they did, you know, make the 3rd gen remakes and those are the names. Razzle, Ruby, and, you know, Sparkle, Sapphire. But yeah, some people were expecting, you know, the announcement of the 3rd gen remakes, and it kind of makes sense because there's like references to the 3rd gen games in Gen 5. But yes, like this girl says, "You're kidding! It's Pokemon X and Y, not the remakes. But I want to see the Gen 3 remakes." I have to say, I'll say this right now. The Gen 1 and Gen 2 remakes were needed because, well, let's face it, Gen 1 and Gen 2 are amazing, since I'm LPing it right now, but I have to say, they don't age well. They haven't aged well at all. And I think, you know, those remakes were necessary because, well, first of all, they were needed because you needed to transfer Pokemon six-pack trainers, six-pack apps, but yeah, you needed a way to transfer old Pokemon into the new games, but at the same time, it kind of introduced new mechanics, so it changes like those old games and mixes it up with the new mechanics, and that's pretty awesome. Like for example, like, you know, the first gen games with abilities and natures, or how about Gen 2 with double battles, or this physical special split, you know, stuff like that. But I think for Gen 3, I don't think remakes are needed, because I think that those games have aged well. Because, think about it, like, starting with Gen 3, Pokemon started to look modern. Like, it's like the first games where Pokemon seem to be well polished and, you know, pretty modernized. So, so it's my belief that Gen 3 doesn't need a remake yet. Maybe with Gen 6, with the whole 3D, you know, revolution, maybe then we need the Gen 3 remakes. But for now, I don't think we need the Gen 3 remakes because, like, you know, they are new enough as they are right now. They look new, I mean, they're pretty revolutionary when it comes to graphics and, you know, style. It's just that they're not that memorable. That's another thing about the Gen 3 games. Like, Gen 1 and Gen 2 are full of nostalgia and memories. Gen 3, not so much. I mean, for most Pokemon fans, it's, you know, Ruby and Sapphire were released around the time when everybody's all like, "Ugh, Pokemon's not cool anymore, it's for little kids." So like the people who grew up with Ruby, you know, Red and Blue and Gold and Silver, you know, they would have been, I guess, discouraged from playing Gen 3 because, you know, of the social stigmas, and maybe because they didn't want to, maybe they weren't interested in Pokemon anymore because they're too old, you know? So, I mean, it's kind of hard to commercialize nostalgia for Generation 3 if it's not the most nostalgic generation. So, yeah. That's kind of why I think, you know, the Gen 3 remakes aren't needed now. Maybe later with the whole 3D, you know, once we see how Generation 6 works, maybe then we can implement it back into Generation 3 and then see all the magic happen and see how the past in Hoenn is all like, "Oh my god, 3D." Like, imagine Hoenn in 3D. Although if you think about it, maybe Heart Gold and Soul Silver might be the final remix, because, I don't know, maybe the need for remakes might not be needed anymore. Why am I accenting words at the wrong syllable sometimes, like, anymore. What am I like? I don't know. You know, it's fun battling all these battles and not getting a single level. And it's fun not paying attention to the NPCs and stuff. But yeah, I got a nugget from the Nugget Bridge, and I didn't pay attention to it because, well, they're all too piss easy. Oh, hello! Man, he ran off like a dart, like a roadrunner. Oh, why'd you have to shove in buckets now? Do you know what they call people like you? Pests! You heard me, pest! Oh, those badges you have? Are they Johto Gym badges? If you have 8, you must be good. Okay then, come to Cerulean Gym. I'll be happy to take you on. I'm Misty, the gym leader in Cerulean. AKA Time Bomb ready to explode. But yeah, we'll be taking on Misty in the next video. And I may even take on the next gym in the same video, so yeah. See you then.